In this video, I'm gonna show you how to scream like Courtney from Spiritbox. So I'm gonna show you how to do her highs, her lows, and show you how to give it that secret sauce that makes it a Courtney scream. And by the way, if you're new here, my name is David. I struggled for a long time learning to unlock my screams, but since doing that, I've helped over 2,000 people learn to unlock their screams. So first, like we're building a house, we gotta set the foundation. First, we gotta find the right type of distortion that Courtney uses and then sculpt it afterwards. So to get the bass distortion, I want you to first speak like Mickey Mouse. Ha-ha, hey, how you doing? So this is the register you want to scream for to find her highs. So one way of many ways to do this is to hold a note in that high sort of Mickey Mouse register and then get as nasal as possible. And if you start to do that right, you'll be able to start to get a smooth distortion while being in that area. And it shouldn't sound like Elmo. And it shouldn't sound airy either. If you do it right, it'll sound like this. And this is what's called a fry scream in your head voice register. Now, if you're new to screaming, you can scream in a bunch of different ways in a bunch of different vocal registers. I like to think about screaming as largely existing on this graph. Now, for the x-axis, you can blend anywhere between false chord screams, which have kind of a crunchy sound, and fry screams, which have more smoother distortion. And you can blend between the two as much as you want. Now on the y-axis, up and down, the more you use your talking register, known as your chest voice, hey, I'm talking in my chest voice right now, you'll be more on the bottom side of this graph. And the more you go up and use your head voice, then you'll be higher in this graph. So for Courtney's mids and highs, you first want to scream on this part of it. There's obviously more to it after that, but this is just the first step. And for her lows, we're going to want to be in chest voice. And once again, that's your talking register, and have a fry scream with maybe a little bit of false chord crunch. So to get this type of chest voice scream, I'd recommend starting from the first scream I showed you, holding it and maintaining the distortion as you bring it down to your chest voice / talking register. And lean into a crunchy sound to add in a little bit of extra false chord texture. And by the way, for the purposes of this video, I'm keeping things kind of brief because there's an unlimited number of ways to unlock these screams for you. If you want to go deeper and find other ways that might work better for you, I'll leave a link to a free training that you can get by clicking the link in the description. And as a bonus, it'll also show you how to get in contact with me if you're interested in more personalized coaching. Okay, now let's talk about the biggest things that make it a Courtney scream. How do we sculpt these different distortions so that it turns into Courtney's scream? So for starters, she keeps her larynx, which is, you can think about it like your Adam's apple, she keeps that pretty low. She's not uptight, which is where a lot of beginners start. So if you sound like this, then bring it down to more of this sort of like more neutral area. Stand to the left of me. So for the highs, she sometimes adds a little bit of extra into it so that you can kind of hear a little bit of her voice in it. But for the lows, we want to remove all of that. We want to make it so that you don't hear any pitch compared to her highs. So for her highs, stand, you can kind of hear a little bit of it. But then for her lows, it's more like, oh, you don't hear as much pitch. And once again, she uses a lot of O vowels for both her lows and her highs. So for her, it's not like she's like, I by say, she's like, stand, and for her lows, she's once again in the O territory. Holy Ghost will. And now I'm about to share my favorite part that gives it that secret sauce. She actually strategically goes in and out of distortion. So what she'll do is that she'll choose specific words that she'll purposely choose to not scream in a clean chest voice. And so she'll uncompress and unsqueeze to do that, and then squeeze again and compress when she gets into the scream. And then when she does that, it sounds a little bit like this. Stand to the left of me in paradise. I be C-D, I-F-G. Stand to the left of me in paradise. She goes in and out of her scream sometimes. She goes in and out of her scream sometimes like this. Remember, and once again, as a reminder, if you need some other exercises to help you get any of this down, I've left a free training that'll give you some other methods you can check out. Just click the link in the description to get the free training. Okay, so once you understand the fundamentals of screaming, you'll be able to recreate 95% of the screams of your favorite vocalists. And what I'm personally even more excited about is that you can use this to find your own sound that you like. So as you can tell from this video, once you get that bass scream distortion, it doesn't take a lot to carve out your own sound, just these little tweaks that kind of make it your own. So now you know how to make screaming distortion. Watch this video right here to expand your screaming range even more.